Welcome to Ethnicoolities. We make learning ethnicool, or at least that's what we hope Miss Moreno thinks.
No, that's my script. Anyway, today the main points we will cover are terms that go along with ethnicity, ethnic distribution patterns, types of ethnic conflict, and results of conflict.
Some definitions you might confuse are race, nationality, and ethnicity. Race is the identity with a group of people that share a biological ancestor, and racism is believing that your race is superior while the others are inferior.
In contrast, the definition of nationality is the identity of a group of people who share a legal attachment to a particular country.
Lastly, ethnicity is defined as the identity within a group of people who share the cultural traditions of a particular hearth.
The three most common U.S. ethnicities are Asian American, African American, and Hispanic American.
Hey, that last one's me.
Almost not on the script.
These ethnicities typically follow a certain clustering scale, either regional or urban.
The reason that these ethnicities follow a distribution pattern is because of migration and segregation.
Both migration and segregation can be voluntary or involuntary, each referring to either making a choice or being forced to perform an act.
Migration can be international, internal, interregional, or intra-regional.
The diffusion of African Americans from the 18th to 20th centuries is a good example of these migration patterns. Starting into the 1700s, they were forced out of their homeland to work as slaves in the U.S. Once freed, some found more opportunity in the north, which is a good example of interregional migration.
In anticipation of more African Americans, a decline in white population occurred. This brought blockbusting, which was when real estate agents convinced white house owners to sell their houses at low prices. This expansion of inner-city ghettos was a good example of intra-regional migration.
So Pranav, what happens when ethnicities with different cultures interact?
Well, in some cases, ethnic conflicts may arise. Ethnic conflicts arise because of a centrifugal force, or a force that tears people apart, the opposite of a centripetal force. Examples of these inequalities include gender, racial, or ethnic inequalities.
Oh yeah, now I remember. These conflicts can lead to apartheid, the physical separation of races to different areas, ethnic cleansing, which is forceful removal of a less powerful ethnic group, or genocide, a mass killing of a group.
Yes, ethnic conflicts may result in a balkanization, which is the process by which a state breaks due to these conflicts.
If a state is balkanized or unsuccessfully organized, then the lack of a national unity can bring about acculturation, which is a deterioration of a culture.
Two things that can counteract acculturation are cultural revivals and cultural linkages. Revival involves the reinvigoration of cultural traits in communities, and a cultural linkage is the renewed awareness of impending acculturation.
One example of this ethnic conflict cycle is Yugoslavia. This former state had 6 republics, 5 nationalities, 4 languages, and 3 religions. Due to its ethnic rivalry, it separated into multiple states.
Other ethnic conflicts that are important to note are in South Africa, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Congo, Japan, Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Kosovo, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Somalia, Iran, and Iraq, to name a few.
Overall, all you need to know is that when one group doesn't get what they want, they start to whine, and the bigger group ends up fighting them.
Not exactly. What you need to know is that ethnicities that follow certain distribution patterns may gain a sense of pride that could put them into conflict when coinciding with an opposing ethnicity, resulting in acculturation.
Yeah, fancy words, same thing.
Oh yeah, whose GPA is a 5.0?
Bro, that's not possible. I wasn't born yesterday.
Oh shoot, are we still recording?
And that's all for today with Ethnicoolities.
Do you think we got a good grade?
Turn off the recording.
Oops.